Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Will, and today I want to talk to you about three specific things. So first I want to talk to you guys about what a PTR is, are PTRs good or bad, and then what to expect from PTRs in general. So New World recently launched their public test realm. That would have been yesterday. They actually launched it officially. And public test realms are very specific in their intentions, what they're for, what they do. And I thought I'd make this video. I've been making a couple of videos like this recently about just general MMO type content, because I've been seeing a lot in my comments and other people's comments that, you know, this is their first MMO ever. They're new to a ton of little things that people like myself or other people who've been playing MMOs for a long time are probably take for granted. So, for example, I made a video about the Trinity system. It was actually kind of a long video, but I wanted to break down what that is. So if you're not sure what that is, definitely check out the video, and it'll give you some advice on that. But that's another good example of something that we as longtime players take a lot of advantage of. So I wanted to break down what this PTR is, what they're for, again, and if they're good or bad, and some expectations to have from them. So just reading a little bit of this information right here to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. The public test realm, PTR for short, is a limited availability server set that will give players an early look at upcoming features. These preview builds are snapshots of upcoming major updates and are not final version. This should be placed with will, not may. You will encounter bugs, crashes, missing text, and other issues. Between our internal testing efforts and your feedback, we hope to catch and resolve all serious issues before they reach the live servers. Hundreds of changes have been made, and the full release notes will be shared on release day. So during the PTR, basically, it's saying that you're going to be experiencing a lot of problems, a lot of issues, and they're going to be working on patching those out during the PTR, and they will then update us, people who don't participate in the PTR, what those issues were, what they fixed, things like that, to kind of give you an idea of what's happening behind the scenes. To help with the feedback process, all new created characters on these worlds will have the opportunity to instantly level to select level ranges, outfitted with appropriate gear and items. So this is not like starting the game from scratch. You're not going to be farming items, things like that. You're just going to be going into the test realm, playing through the content specifically that they would like you to play through, and experiencing it and making sure it works well. So I think if any of you out there have ever thought of becoming a game tester, you know, you see the little ads, oh, get paid $50,000 a year to play video games, like that kind of stuff. This is a really good taste test for what that type of job would be like. Because your job is literally to go through the crud pile, sort through all the nonsense, help make the game a little bit better, start all over. Just keep doing it over and over and over. So if you're someone who's interested in joining a public test realm and experiencing that, just keep in mind that you're not really there to have fun. So it's like playing an alpha for a game. Like, it's going to be hot garbage, and you're not going to be able to share a lot of the information you get. But you're going to be invaluable in terms of the information you gather. So take it seriously and put the time in if you want to put the time in for those public test realms. When the test period is complete and the main New World game is updated with previous content, all worlds will be shut down and wiped clean. What it means by all worlds, it means all of the test realms. So they will be completely erased, start from scratch. When the next PTR starts, you'll be at whatever they want you to do. You'll be testing that content specifically. If you encounter a bug, exploit, or have suggestions improving features or a piece of content, we'd love to hear your feedback on their specific New World PTR subforum. So they have a forum specifically for the PTR. A lot of games have this. Big thing for you to keep in mind if you are new to MMOs in general and you've never experienced a PTR. These are very common in the MMO space. They allow them to pre-test large patches. For example, World of Warcraft. New World, I'm sure, will have a very similar idea with that. So, for example, you have, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. Those are going to be like minor patches, 0.5 probably being bigger than the rest of them. And then major patches will be released on the 1. So just keep that in mind. That's kind of a general rule of thumb for most games. So, and it specifies again here, during this iteration of the PTR, we would appreciate feedback on the following subjects. So if you would like to participate in the PTR, if you're someone who's like, yeah, all that doesn't sound annoying and I would like to do this, you can go to your Steam library and you will see a secondary application you can install in your library tab that will be called the New World PTR, New World Public Test Realm. You can download that and participate. There are currently 2 available servers. There's one in US East and one in Central Europe. So that's only going to allow about a total of 4,000 players to participate in the PTR to gather this data for them. So keep that in mind if you're interested in the PTR. I'm sure the first few PTRs will be pretty packed because there'll be a lot of content creators like myself that are looking to kind of gain some information on that PTR. I don't plan on participating in it because I'm more of I more explain things that are happening and not so much give you information on what's coming. There's other streamers or other content creators that are kind of focused more on that. I just want to break down the things that you are experiencing, kind of give you a better idea of what they are, especially for people who are new to MMOs in general. I think it's really good advice. and then what to expect from the PTR in terms of the content to participate in. So, for example, this first major PTR is going to be covering the Void Gauntlet. So there's been a lot of talks about the new weapon, the Void Gauntlet. So you'll be experiencing some of that, playing with that. New missions and mobs. So they have new enemy varieties that they'll be experiencing. Actually, quite a few. They seem kind of like reskins. Some of these feel like reskins. Like I imagine a pirate alligator is not much different than a regular alligator. But they have a list of some different mobs that are being focused on. New quests. So there's going to be a new couple variety of quests available. Legendary weapon quests. So there's going to be some new quests available at level 60, specifically for Void Gauntlet, because they're adding the Void Gauntlet. Main story quest lines being worked on a little bit. PvP factions, so control points, intercepts, and then war camp loot are being tested as well. And then the trading post updates are being tested. So very big things. These aren't small, insignificant things like little idle animation stuff. These are big, game-changing tests that are being run. And then finally, I kind of want to talk about whether PTRs are good or bad. So I've been seeing a lot of people talking about, you know, a good game developer doesn't need a PTR. They should be able to just fix everything themselves. While I don't disagree, I think that's true. Final Fantasy XIV is a really good example. They make incredible content without all the PTR stuff. PTRs in general, I believe, are very good, as long as they are used accordingly. So you have, for example, the PTR for, I mentioned it before, World of Warcraft has a PTR. That's actually a very toxic environment. A lot of people that are part of the PTR are constantly complaining about all the things that they're bringing up that aren't being fixed. They're not being addressed. What's the point in using the PTR running a PTR if you're not going to take advantage of the information? So we'll have to give New World the benefit of the doubt to start here and say, hey, we're going to assume that they take advantage of these PTRs and they really use the content to make the game better. If that's the case, this is a very, very good thing, because they are basically getting 4,000 extra neckbeards experiencing the game to get them feedback before every major release. So it's not just their internal testing team of, 100 people or 50 people or whatever it might be. It's going to be this really large scale of people that can really experience a lot of different issues, download different bugs, to dial in these issues that we would, as the players, have to face on launch, because putting 100 hands on something versus 100,000 hands on something is going to be a very different experience. So it'll help them to kind of mitigate some of those problems. I'm sure these servers will be pretty loaded, so they'll be able to also experience a lot of these new things and high density servers, which is important for us to know. So in general, I think PTRs are good. I think needing a PTR isn't necessarily good. And we don't necessarily know if they need one yet. They're just implementing it early on because it is a good system to have if it's used well. So that's the video for you guys. I hope you like it. I hope if you're new to MMOs in general that you now have a better understanding what a PTR is. And you're also, if you're interested in joining it, definitely take a look at it. Maybe get in there and give us some good feedback and help us build a better game. So if you liked the video, drop a like, subscribe for more content like this. I'm going to make my regular content along with making some more of this basic new to MMO content as well. So again, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.